What's going on, car family? It's your boy Ben Wayne. Thank you for joining me again in another video. Today we're here to check out another entry into the three-row mid-size SUV crossover segment. This is the 2025 Chevy Traverse. And I must say, just the looks of this thing, they've truly done the Traverse some justice. This is the third generation of the Traverse. And if you remember the generation before this one, you know that generation looked like a minivan. This thing looks cool, it looks masculine, it looks aggressive, and it's a joy to drive. Everywhere I've had it for the past week, people are like, man, is that the new Traverse? That is the type of reaction you want to have as a manufacturer when you release, a new model or do a complete redesign. That, wow, man, is that new Traverse? And that's all I've been getting. So this one is priced at $54,900, so just under $55,000. And this is the High Country model. So it's a front wheel drive High Country model. And the color is gorgeous. It's called Lakeshore Blue. I'm a huge fan of blue, so I might be partial, but it is truly a beautiful color, especially when the sunlight hits it. So right off the bat, let's go ahead and get started with what's powering this thing. We're looking at a 2.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder power plant underneath the hood. You're looking at about 328 horsepower and 326 pound-feet of torque. So we are done with the V6 from the previous model year, from the previous generation, and now we have a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. Now, it doesn't sound as good as that V6 did. It sounds like a 4-cylinder, but it does up the power. So that power is nice and smooth, and it's there when you need it. You're looking at about a 0 to 60 time in the mid 7s, and this is connected to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now, for those of you who want to know, let me lay into the throttle here. So yeah, it does have enough get up and go. Now you're looking at about 20 to 27 miles per gallon for the city and highway respectively, for those of you who may want to know out of curiosity. So this thing is still fairly fuel efficient. But what I love about this thing the most is the fact that it is not overwhelmingly massive, meaning that it's not in the full-size 3-row SUV range, where those SUVs are coming in at $100,000. This one is nearly half the price. You got Escalades out here going for like $112,000 to $120,000, and that's great for your family. But if you can afford one of those, you probably don't have a family. And if you have a family, you probably can't afford it. So that $55,000 price range, this thing slides in perfectly, and it has the looks. So we also have a gloss black grille. We have the new design language from Chevy where the LED daytime running lamp is kind of separated from the main headlamp. So that, the daytime running lamps sit higher and then the headlamps sit lower on the front fascia. I think it looks nice. And then it has that sculpted aggressive look in the front. Now coming to the side profile, you'll notice right off the bat we have 22-inch wheels that are done in gloss black and have a machined aluminum finish as well. They look absolutely stunning, especially against this paintwork. I think they look great. So your ground clearance is roughly 8 inches. Your wheelbase is about 121 inches. Your overall length is about 204 inches. So this is relatively large for its class, and it's going to give you plenty of room and a really smooth ride. Now your overall width in this vehicle, you're looking at 79.9 inches for the width. And it makes that interior feel roomy, really roomy. And this thing actually feels a lot larger than what it is, which is great if you want an interior where you feel like you're getting as much bang for the buck, especially in the SUV range, right? So for me, the side profile, again, they really redefined what the Traverse is with this design language. It looks more like an SUV as opposed to the minivan looking vehicle that we got in the second generation. Coming towards the back, one of the things Chevy did to help accentuate the width is push out those LED tail lamps as far out as possible. They even come in a little bit to the side, and that just really helps accentuate how wide this vehicle is. It gives it some presence for the rear. And one thing you'll notice is that it just has an overall clean appearance. From, the spoiler up top, and then the only thing that stands out to me is the rear windshield wiper, which they could have hid, but it still looks clean overall. And then of course we have the quad outlet exhaust. I really like that in this vehicle, especially when we have a lot of SUVs that aren't even EVs but push towards that EV look. I've never understood that. I like the quad exhaust outlet setup. It just makes a statement. Talking about the cargo capacity, you're looking at about 23 cubic feet with the third row up, 56 cubic feet with the third row down, and then 98 cubic feet with the third and second rows down. Now, since this is the high country model, we do have power seats that fold down. The third row powers down and up at the push of a button. The second row powers down as well. So you're getting some of those luxury features that separate, this trim level from the other trim levels and the Traverse lineup. Coming to the interior, it's a nice quiet ride in here, and it's quite comfortable as well. With that wheelbase, it's able to absorb, a lot of bumps that would otherwise be translated and eat into that ride quality. It definitely feels like an SUV. You do feel the mass, but overall the ride is very quiet and smooth. At the top of the dash, we have injection molded material here. We have a large 17.7-inch display system here for your infotainment screen. And then on your instrument cluster, you're looking at about 11 inches as well. Now, you will notice we actually have a wireless integrated phone system in here. I wish they would do this for their other vehicles. This proves that it can be done. A lot of their other vehicles have this same system, but they said that their own system is good enough where you don't need Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. I say that you do need it because that's what people are comfortable with. So they've listened to some of that feedback from a lot of people reviewing these vehicles, and obviously they put the Apple CarPlay in this one. So I'm hoping that other models in the Chevy lineup start to get this upgrade. Obviously, it's possible. The screen is lightning fast, and you do have controls for your air conditioner system and seat controls towards the bottom of the screen as well for your ventilation, your heated seats as well. Everything is right there, easy to use. Now, it is on the touch screen, so you do have to get used to that, but you do have some physical keys for the air conditioner system lower in the center console as well. We have wireless charging, USB-C and USB Type-A ports up front here as well, 2 cup holders, and then of course plenty of storage in the center console as you would expect in an SUV of this caliber. The seats overall, I think they're extremely comfortable. The ventilated option for the seats, there are 3 levels of ventilation. It works extremely well. And of course you do have 3 levels of heated seats as well. Your steering wheel, you'll notice you have the Super Cruise option in this particular vehicle. You can tell by this light bar on the vehicle's steering wheel, and part of the Super Cruise package includes this rear view mirror that has a video camera integrated into it seamlessly. If you don't want to use that, simply hit this button and you have a traditional rear view mirror, but I like the wide angle view. The steering wheel is wrapped in leather with contrast stitching and is heated as well. I've been using that on some of the cold mornings on the way to the gym, and it just works like a champ. So I like that. The simplicity of that. And of course, the instrument cluster is easy to read. There's no washout from the sun whatsoever. So everything in the interior here is put together extremely well. Now, we do have some carbon fiber look finish here. Obviously, it's not real carbon fiber. Real carbon fiber really wouldn't serve a purpose in a vehicle like this, but the trim, it looks good. We have injection molded material on the door panels, and then I like the two-tone contrast with the the off-white and the black. Really breaks up, just the monotony of black that a lot of manufacturers use in their interiors. Plenty of storage on the door, and of course, controls for all 4 windows and your side view mirrors. Now, the one thing I did notice that this vehicle is missing is the panoramic roof. That is a $1,500 option. I do feel like for the high country models, that should be standard. That would shower this cabin with a lot of natural light, really. So that's the only thing I can find wrong with the interior. Other than that, I really enjoy the interior of the new Traverse. Now, when it comes to the legroom, up front, you're looking at 44 inches of legroom approximately. And then on the second row, we do have 2 captain's chairs. Those seats are heated, and you're looking at about 42 inches of legroom. And you do have 2 USB Type-C ports back there as well for the second row. Third row, you also have 2 USB Type-C ports, and you're looking at a roughly 32 inches of legroom back there. All right, so based off that, you can gauge who needs to sit where. But again, space is really, not an issue in this SUV. It's remarkable how much they were able to pack into this 3-row SUV. And it just, this has some of the best features in class in the market. I'm looking at the Dodge Durango and wondering what's going on at Dodge, because that body style has been out for way over 10 years. And Chevy just hit us with something extremely fresh and unique looking. I mean, don't get me wrong, the second generation Traverse needed this refresh, this complete redesign, but they didn't forget about it. So this is destroying some of the competition in the 3-row segment, especially with the storage capacity. Has some of the largest in class. And you feel it. You feel the space when you're in here. And that makes all the difference when you're committing to purchasing a vehicle that's nearly $60,000. You want to get as much usability and practicality out of it, whether it's family or products, Home Depot, Costco trips, stuff like that. The Traverse is definitely delivering without breaking the bank. This is one of the high-end trim levels, and it's coming in at $55,000 essentially. So guys, definitely let me know what you think about this one in the comment section. To me, I think this one is an absolute hit. I love the fresh looks. I love this interior as well. To me, the seats are gorgeous. I like the trim, the tri-tone trim with the cream, the black, and then the bronze accents on the seats. So I just think it's overall a really well-equipped vehicle. And the only gripe I have is throw that panoramic roof in here, for the extra $1,500. Other than that, I think this is a great vehicle. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comment section. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And until next time, I'm Ben Wayne, the automotive reviewer that YouTube deserves. I'll catch you guys in the next one.